Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over this 2021 Hyundai Sonata Inline, but I would like to give a special thanks to Braman Hyundai for providing with the Sonata Inline. If you're in the market for a new Sonata, you can come check out Braman Hyundai and ask for Lucio. He'll get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's start off underneath the hood here of the Sonata Inline. As you guys know, this is the most powerful Sonata that Hyundai has ever made. It's paired with a 2.5 liter four-cylinder that makes 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. As the Sonata sits, it weighs 3,552 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 combined. But shedding the hood here of the Sonata Inline, I do like this gray exterior paint. It looks really good with the black accents here. This does have this catfish style design here, which I think looks really good here on the Sonata. It looks different from every mid-size sedan in the segment. Full LED headlights are going to come standard on all trim levels. I do like this grille here. It does have this nice shapes to the grille. That's the Hyundai emblem, which houses the dynamic radar cruise control. But overall, the Sonata does look really good here, especially in this inline model. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the Sonata Inline. So looking here at the side profile of the Sonata Inline, I started with these tires and wheels here. These are a 245/40 tire. They're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. I do like the silver with the gloss black finish here. This is one of the best rim choices, in my opinion, that you can get on the production Sonata today. Looking here, there's this inline badge on the side fender. There's this LED sight marker here with this blacked out mirror cap, and this does come with a panoramic sunroof. The wheelbase for the Sonata Inline is at 111.8 with an overall length of 192.9. That's right on par with every mid-size sedan in this segment. So looking here at the rear of the Sonata Inline, there's these vortexes here to cut through the wind. Also, there's this rear spoiler here. Looking at these taillights, they're going to be a full LED. I like that it wraps around the whole trunk lid here. There's the standard backup camera, the Hyundai emblem. I like that Hyundai has Sonata spelled out. And the reverse lights actually live in the lower part of the bumper here. There's quad tip exhaust. Open up the cargo back here. Hyundai hides the release button right there. Once you open it, it reveals 16 cubic feet of space. And you can also fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split. And underneath here, Hyundai does throw in a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. Sitting inside the interior of the Hyundai Sonata Inline, looking at this interior here, this interior looks really nice. I like the way that it looks. This is a 10.25-inch display, and there's also this 12.3 digital display here. But shutting the door of the Sonata here, the door sounds pretty solid. But to start up the Sonata, just put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button over here. This has Hyundai's 2.5 liter underneath the hood. Let's start out with the door panel materials here. There's going to be a soft touch ejection mold. The plastic, that's the grab handle here. This does have the Bose audio sound system, which sounds pretty good. Your mirror controls and lock controls are going to be right here. It is automatic up, automatic down, only for the front two windows, not for the rear windows. You can also lock the windows if you would like. There's some red stitching here, a nice area to rest your elbows. Down here is going to be additional storage and a cup holder, your dimmer switches, your lane keeping assist, your trunk release, the traction control, and the electronic parking brake. This is a manual tilt telescoping wheel. It does offer a good amount of range and adjustability. Honestly, I'm not a big fan here of the steering wheel. It does look a little gimmicky to me, but there's this badge here, lower part of the steering wheel. There's some controls here for the voice command, the volume controls. Also, this does have highway steer assist with adaptive cruise control. You can cycle through this digital display here. Like I mentioned, it's 12.3 inches. It does have the tire pressure there, the attention level, so you can customize the screen to your liking. This does have paddle shifters as well. The headlight stock and turn signal stock is there. The wind wiper stock is going to be over here. The upper part of the dashboard is going to be a nice leather material, which is really nice to touch with red stitching. Looking here, there's this 10.25-inch display. We're going here to the Google Maps. It does take up the complete screen. I did review a Kia Telluride, and I thought it just took up half the screen, but you guys told me in the comment section that you have to go through the settings and go through Apple CarPlay so you can have the full screen. But there's some touch sensitive buttons here. There's some aluminum trim, the air vents, the hazard switches there. This is dual climate control. You can only get heated seats here on the Sonata Inline. Unfortunately, Hyundai doesn't offer cool seats, but there's a 12-volt with 2 USB ports down here. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit just fine, and there is a wireless phone charger there, and it does have vents so you won't have an overheated phone. Looking here, this does house the 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Of course, put your foot on the brake down there and you click R for reverse. As you can see, there's a backup camera with trajectory and distance markers. You click N for neutral, and you click D for drive. You can cycle through that 8-speed dual clutch transmission for the paddle shifters, and you click P for park. Over here is this toggle switch. This does have different drive modes, which show you sport, normal, custom, and sport plus. In sport plus, you can launch this thing and we'll turn off the traction control. This only comes as front wheel drive. Hyundai does not offer an all wheel drive. Over here is going to be 2 cup holders, an area to rest your phone. The center armrest here is going to be nice and padded with red stitching. It does offer a decent amount of storage. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable, they're aggressively bolstered. These are the only seats that you can get that's going to be aggressively bolstered. It has the end stitched into the actual seat here, and above me there's just a panoramic sunroof, but there's this bar that cuts to the panoramic sunroof. Up here is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. That's an SOS button there. There's also the 3-car garage remote there. Looking at the glove compartment, it does offer a decent size there. But overall, Hyundai did a really good job with the exterior styling of their cars and SUVs, and also a really good job with the interior as well. But let's hop into the back seat of the Hyundai Sonata Inline. So get into the back seat here of the Sonata Inline. Shutting the door here, Hyundai says you get 34.8 inches of legroom back here. The floor is not completely flat, but you can sit a middle passenger here. There's your own set of rear air vents here. There's one charging port. Pulling this armrest down, it does reveal 2 cup holders. I do have a decent amount of headroom here, even with this panoramic sunroof, which is cut out. The seats do have that nice suede Alcantara in the inserts. The materials are carried over from the front to the rear, but overall, the Sonata does have a spacious back seat. So starting off in the 2021 Hyundai Sonata Inline, so I want to start off with the launch. This car does actually have a launch control. So you turn off the traction and stability control, and you put it in Sport Plus mode. You put your foot on the brake and accelerator, and you can adjust the RPMs. Since this is front wheel drive, you will peel out the front tires because this car doesn't have all wheel drive. And honestly, doing that, you will burn the front tires a lot, but I recommend not launching this car every single time because you will be going to the tire shop trying to get new tires. But this has Hyundai's 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, makes 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. And the traction, this car needs all-wheel drive. So I'm gonna just turn all the safety features back on because this car will basically, it doesn't have any grip because it's feeding 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque to the front wheels. Even though it does have this pumped-in audio, it does sound really good in my honest opinion. And this car handles so good, great visibility. It does have Hyundai's driver's assistance, which includes forward collision warning with blind spot monitoring, highway stir assist. So Hyundai does keep you and your family safe if you're going on a long road trip. Above me, there's this panoramic sunroof, and Hyundai does throw in this 12.3 digital display here. There's a 10.25 inch display for the infotainment system. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And like I mentioned, it sounds really good. And they do give you these paddle shifters here. And this car makes 311 pound-feet of torque around 1600 RPM. So there is a lot of low-end torque. Like I mentioned, it's feeding all that to the front wheel. So that's why you get a lot of chirping of the tires. But there's no torque steer, honestly speaking. I haven't felt any torque steer from the Sonata here. But it does sound really good, even though it's a 4-cylinder underneath the hood. But I wish the exhaust would have offered some burbles and some cracks and pops and whatnot. Fuel economy really quick is rated at 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 combined. So it does get really good fuel economy, even though this is the high performance model of the Sonata. And Hyundai says this is the most powerful Sonata that they have ever made. Like I mentioned, it makes 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. And that dual clutch transmission is really fast to shift, especially in its actual Sport Plus mode. And this is the only sedan in the segment that offers a launch control, if I'm not mistaken. And the launch control is really brutal. And you can adjust the RPM launch from the cruise control stock here. It's really simple. Hyundai makes it pretty simple to basically use the launch control function. But the cabin here is really quiet. You don't hear any road noise, any wind noise from outside. And I'm in downtown Miami, so there's a lot of traffic going on. I don't hear any horns and whatnot. It's just really quiet in this cabin. Do I feel like this car needs all-wheel drive? In my honest opinion, yes, because the front tires can only do so much, and like I mentioned, this car really needs all-wheel drive because the car legit pulls when it's trying to get grip to the road. Like I mentioned, it's sitting over 290 horsepower to the front wheels. But the cabin looks really nice. It looks Mercedes Benz like in here with the two screens here, but they're not connected like how Mercedes Benz is. Like I mentioned, Hyundai does throw in this 12.3 inch display, also with this 10.25 inch display as well. I do like the push button style transmission here. It's just like a Honda. You just push it, reverse, neutral, drive, and of course for park. So I do like that it does have that feature there. But overall, the Sonata is a really good daily driver, even in the inline model. So after spending time with the 2021 Hyundai Sonata inline, starting price for the inline here is at $33,300. With the options and accessories, the Sonata inline stickers for $34,644. Hope you guys have enjoyed this full review on the 2021 Hyundai Sonata inline. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.